Okay, so there are other spots. Is the funeral of Joe Beef. I'm not sure who Joe Beef is, but I think he's I think he was a boxer, maybe. And I'm mixing with Joe Louis. I don't know who was Joe Beef. I know there's a restaurant in Griffintown, in a neighborhood like maybe a 20-minute walk from here. There's a restaurant called Joe Beef. So I guess it's like just like kind of I guess it's like a kind of a tribute to Joe Beef's funerals or something. Let me see. Who is Joe Beef? I know there's a restaurant called Joe Beef, but I don't know. I didn't know it was from someone who actually existed. Joe Beef. Joe Beef. Charles McKiernan was well-known Irish-Canadian Montreal tavern owner, innkeeper, and philanthropist. Let me look more at this. Charles McKiernan, December 1835 in Ireland to January 15, 1889, Montreal, Quebec. Was a well-known Irish-Canadian Montreal tavern owner, innkeeper, and philanthropist. Funeral. Okay. At his funeral, every office in the business district closed. 50 labor organizations walked off the job while Joe Beef's casket was drawn through the city by an ornate 4-horse hearse in a procession several blocks long. The crowd consisted of knights of labor, workers and manual laborers of all classes, all the luckless outcasts to whom the innkeeper philanthropist had so often extended the helping hand, had come forward eager to pay last tribute in his memory. He's buried in the Mont Royal Cemetery, and his funeral monument, plot B991E, bears a long epitaph which testifies to the gratitude of his family and friends. Okay. So we know who Joe Beef is now. I didn't know that. That's pretty cool. "30 miles per hour, 48 kilometers. Yeah. I thought it was pretty close. I don't ride it on bike paths, just bike lanes on the road. I mean, like a lot of things, it's just like common sense, right? If you're going through a park, like here in Montreal, for example, there are a lot of bike lanes that are like there's the one that goes along the river, along the St. Laurent River, and that goes west along the Lachine Canal. That's like it's like a park, and it's like very family-oriented, like bike lane, right? So people ride there with their little kids, or they have a trailer on their bike or something like that, or their kids are riding with them. So like obviously someone zooming by at 50 kilometers per hour, that would be insane. So I feel like it's just common sense. The thing is we can't rely on common sense. Like that's why you put fences around the dinosaur. Because cité mémoire, there's something else here. Oh, there's another one. They put those spots here on the ground to let you know that there's like a projection or there's something here. So there's another one here on the wall. That's pretty cool. It's like a movie theater projection or something. I didn't know they kept this going all year long. That's so cool. It adds such a strange, like multimedia touch to a very old neighborhood. Joe Beef, he acted as an advocate for the working class population in Griffintown, and played an important role in the Lachine Canal workers' strike in 1877. He provided them with 3,000 loaves of bread, god damn it, and 500 gallons of stew, and paying the travel expenses of their delegation to Ottawa. Oh, that's pretty cool. Common sense is an uncommon virtue. Yeah. And thanks for pulling this out, Joe. Yeah, so it's pretty cool. I didn't know about Joe Beef. I know, like, now they have like a restaurant. See, there's like a projectionist here, and here is like a silent movie being projected on the screen. That's so cool. The light spots for the parking lot kind of ruined the experience, but it's still pretty cool. Yo, Missy!
420 just gifted 5 subs.
Missy, thank you so much for the 5 gifted subs. All of a sudden, like, that was so unexpected. Well, it's never expected, but it's just like, it's almost like a jump scare right there. Thank you so much for the 5 gifted sub to Ashy Ash XYZ, Zonkt Asmat, 7 months for Zonkt. Panorama, 10 months for Panorama. Yo, you're giving subs to long timers. Kawaii Potato Ryan, Potato Nyan, okay, and H Rochester 11. Thank you, Missy. Thank you so much for the subs. Thank you so much for the 5 gifted subs. That's so sweet. That's awesome. Now I have to be careful because that means we're coming closer to another. Never mind. Coming closer to another what? Another who? Another where? Le poke station. I'm telling you, man, poke bowls are all over the place. The other day, my mom like asked me if I wanted to meet her up for lunch, like near her place, and she just said like, oh, you can meet me up at this place. They make like nice little poke bowls. And I was like, what? My mom is eating poke bowls now? It's just poke bowls. Look at this Buddha head. That's pretty cool. This looks like a cool gallery, kind of pop art inspired. It's pretty cool. $900 for that Buddha head. This is a nice painting too. When I see this, it makes me miss like drawing and painting and doing like multi-medium art pieces. Bulldog black color. This is a Playmobil character. Spin thingy still up? Still up? What? What spin thingy? I went up there for Tragically Hip concert, got so wasted I don't remember coming back then. Pretty nice of Border Patrol to let me go. Jeez. You went all the way to Montreal for Tragically Hip and you don't remember going back? Dang. That's crazy. I've seen a lot of good concerts in Montreal, not gonna lie. Pink Floyd, Portishead, Buju Banton. Portishead was freaking amazing. It was at the Old Port where we were earlier. It was at the Old Port. The stage was facing the water, so when you were looking at the stage, you were seeing like the band playing, and in the backdrop was like Montreal, you know, like the city, like what we were seeing from the water there. It was like such a beautiful setup. The city in the background, the water in the back, and the way they had it set up. It was for their third album, so there was like a bunch of like small action black and white camera that were mounted on the drum, on the guitar, on the microphone. So there's like a multimedia projection, and it would like switch to like those tiny cameras, like giving you, like if the guitar player was like doing a solo or the DJ was like spinning the platinum or whatever, like you would have like close-up shots mixed with like weird like abstract texture stuff. It was a super cool show outside. Thank you for the follow, Barrel. Sorry for butchering this. Pokeballs are pretty good. I'm not criticizing Pokeballs. I like it. I just find it's like it became such a trend that it's everywhere. Pokeballs everywhere. Pokebowls, burrito bowls, pizza bowls, and even shawarma and kebab bowls now. It's crazy. Got lost in the Mosen Center? Huh. You said closer to another after the gifted, so I wonder what it is. Oh, no, you don't. You don't. People who didn't speak English brought me back. Don't know how. Nice. I like bowls. Yeah, people are sweet here. Not gonna lie. Like, people are generally. I mean, there's a reason why Canadians have the reputation of being overly polite and nice. It has to stem from something, right? And if you go out of town, it's even more, I find. Like, you know, here, like, Quebecois people will celebrate their National Day on June 24th. It's called Saint Jean Baptiste, Saint John the Baptist. That's our National Day on the 24th for Quebecois people, on June 24th. And I always celebrated it in Montreal because that's where I'm from. But I went to study in Quebec City for a few years, and I celebrated the Saint Jean Baptiste for the first time in Quebec City. And it was crazy. Like, it was crazy how people were so much nicer like, because I mean, everybody does its own thing. Like, obviously, people celebrate together on the street. People give each other high five and cheers beers and whatever. But in Quebec City, I saw like people like just random, like giving beer to random strangers. Like, oh shit, you don't have a beer? Take one of mine, and giving hugs and like suddenly like two groups of people would become like one bigger group. They don't even know each other, but they have like one group tells the other like, oh, we know a really good spot to see the show, and we have a bunch of like, we have a cooler with more beers over there, come with us. And it was like all like just that vibe, you know, like just like people like being like pumped about celebrating our national day with anyone and everyone. It was so cool. And then in the morning, everybody wakes up passed out on the grass in the park, the Plaine d'Abraham, the big ass park by the old town. The big ass park where the French fought the English and lost. Where Montcalm fought Wolfe and lost Quebec, and lost the territory that was called the Nouvelle France, the New France. They lost it to the English, and then it became the lower and higher Canada eventually. But yeah, that big park in Quebec City is like a historical place, but it's like a place to hang out, you know. It's not like a morning place, but more like a place to party and hang out on the weekend and do sports and just chill in the grass in the summer. Frolic. Frolicking spot. Some very cute ladies too. Oh, yo, Montreal. In my opinion, for like average wise, like now we just went through a touristic area, so it's not really representative. But average wise, I've been to a lot of different cities in the world, and average wise, I think Montreal is the city with the most beautiful women per capita, you know, for number of, like, for, I don't know, 100 women, like the percentage, like, it's the only other city that really shocked me in that way, that really made me feel like, oh shit, that it might be on par with Montreal, was Montpellier in the south of France. And I'm not saying I'm not saying like people in other parts of the world are not, like, there's not pretty women there. I think there are beautiful women everywhere. But I would just say the average. I used to work in festivals, like I used to work security for all the biggest festivals in the summer, you know, like for the F1 Grand Prix, for the Jazz Festival, for the French Music Festival, for the Blues Festival. I used to do security on all of those, and I also worked for a while at the Foot Locker downtown. And I don't know how many times I've had like American tourists like just like coming up to me and saying like, "What's up with the girls here? Like, what's happening? Is it like a special event, like Fashion Week or something like that?" I was like, "Well," I'm like, "What are you talking about?" Like, they're all so fucking gorgeous and dressed like wow, you know, like, what's happening? Like, I've encountered so many blown away guys like being like, "Dude, my neck hurts from fucking looking left and right and turning around all the time." What's happening? And I'm like, that's just Montreal in the summer, dude. Also, with the change of weather, because our winter is so harsh, that I tell you, from the month of May, from the time that people are allowed to start wearing like shorts or skirts and short sleeves and whatnot. Like from the time that this happened, it's like everybody's like so excited about that. Plus the hormones and the weather and the sun and the time to like, and like you spend your whole winter looking at puffy coats and scarves and hats, and you don't see shit. And then all of a sudden you see skin, you see like legs, and you see shoulders and necks, and you're like, oh my God. Like everybody's going so crazy in the springtime. Like I would say May and June are the craziest month where like flirt is in the air, like intense, because like people are like, oh shit, skin. Oh shit. When summer is much better, because I explained this many times, Joe. You know it already. You know it already, Joe. Yeah, I mean, in the winter it's like really cold and snowy, and like people are like covered from completely covered, you know, head to toes. Let's go through Chinatown again to go back up, because this street is a little bit boring. We're gonna go up St. Laurent instead. I'm new here, I don't know so much. Oh well. I know I told you. I told you, Joe. So I'm not gonna say it again and again and again. I'm not going to say it again and again and again. What do I look like? A repeating live streamer who just says the same things? That just keeps saying the same things again and again? You know too, Missy. You know too. Everybody knows. But nobody knows where the naughty nose goes when the door is closed. Play the VOD. Exactly. Play the VOD. That's a good answer. Innovation, I should keep that in mind. What is this weird mask? It's like only one eye. Oh, I think that's from an anime or something, I think. It's a nice like kimono with a cat face. It's a good spot for Halloween costumes. Naughty Nose went to the powder room? For real? It's from Naruto? Oh yeah. It's one of like the top bosses that he fights in like a weird circle arena, isn't it? Isn't that it? Shivnit? It's like a special fight that happens in a like weird circle arena. Like a big boss that only has one eye and goes crazy. You know that you know. Exactly, yo. Oh, they make jambing. It looks like it. 不好意思，这个是姜饼吗？
啊？
姜饼？
哎，对对对，煎饼。
煎饼。Wow, I didn't know they have this in Montreal.
This one much better than crepes.
Much better than crepes? It's not sweet. It's not. It's different. It's breakfast, not dessert, right? Oh, I didn't know they have this in Montreal. 谢谢。煎饼, that's awesome. I can come get a 煎饼. Why I say jiang, but it's jian, Jian, jian bing. Not sweet at the same time, so buddies. Yeah, you heard it too. I was wondering if it's like, did I hallucinate that we both said it at the same time? In my head, I was thinking like, well, you're comparing like a dessert, like crepes is like super, it's like a sweet treat, and jianbing is like a street food breakfast in China. Jianbing is something you buy on the side of the road when you're in a hurry to go to work. That costs like 50 cents. The nose. I think so, not 100% sure. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I think when you said it, it also reminded me of that. We're back in Chinatown. All right, let's go up to downtown. Festival du cinéma de Rouyn-Noranda. Imagine we could go to Rouyn-Noranda. Oh shit, there's a rat that climbed in the tree right there. Fuck, I thought it was a squirrel, but it's a rat. Two rats? Alright. Oh dang. As long as they're not flying rats, then I'm okay. They're evolving. Jeez. They're nesting in the tree. That's insane. What?
Juste voir c'est quoi le code. Ok, c'est bon. 2500. Merci.
That's crazy. Did you guys see it? Did you guys see the rat in the tree? The rats? That's crazy. Freaking rats. Freaking rats, yo. Francouverte. Francouverte, inscription, transfert. Yeah, definitely. I'm personally, I'm scared of fucking rats. Rats are super clever. They're not scared. They're also like a community animal, so they can use the number to like do what they want to do. This point coffee. Oh, that's cool. Look at this. There's like a terrace on the rooftop there with like kind of weird like canvas too. I wonder if they have a heating system to keep it a little bit warm. Sometimes they put like those flames or heaters or whatever. Oh, I forgot that I was considering maybe getting the tacos. I was considering maybe not getting tacos, but nachos with the freshly made guacamole. Oh, man. Oh, man. Man, I completely forgot about that. Rats are plotting to take over the world, yes. Pinky in the brain. Brain. Huh? Huh? No, man. I don't know what he was saying. He just pointed to the restaurant and tapped his belly. La Capitale Tacos. Dang, this place is busy. There's a tacos place in Chinatown. Super busy tacos place in Chinatown. Guacamole table side turn around. Yeah, I mean, it's tempting. Do we go back? Do we go back? Table side guacamole? Do we hear the calling of guacamole? Nachos? Because I have to say, like that would be a good size meal because of the big dinner, big lunch, big and late lunch I had. What time did I have lunch at? I think it was like 3 or 4 p.m. or something like that. Was nice guacamole to watch, yes. All right, chat. All right, so I guess the focus of today's stream is going to be Chinatown and the old Montreal. It's good. So I guess the next one we can explore a different part of the city. That's good. Yeah, that's true. Pinky and the Brain were mice, indeed. That's true. They were lab mice. What? Couldn't there be like those? Do we have a real confirmation on that? Couldn't they be like albino rats? Because I mean, there are a lot of testing done on albino rats as well. You know, couldn't they be albino rats? Soup and mochi, and fresh rolls. Actually, it was a Vietnamese soup called bún bò Huế. Well, it was kind of a adapted version of it, with some fresh pork and shrimp rolls, and then the people at the table next to me offered me a mochi that they bought in Chinatown. It was bún bò Huế. It's like a pork and beef broth soup. The way they made it here is a little bit spicy, and it has like pork on the bone, like stewed pork on the bone, pieces of it, plus thin slices of beef, fatty beef, plus some rice noodles, bun noodles. That's what it was. I hope that dish isn't as pricey as it looked like. Oh, yeah, that's true. And the old port like this, guacamole made on the spot, it might be pricey indeed. Let me look it up actually. Does anyone remember what it was called? What that place was called? I know it was on de la Commune. Place de la Commune. Well, let me see. Let me see if I see like Taverne Gaspard, Pub Saint Paul. I think it was east of Saint Pierre. Let me check. And west of Place Jacques Cartier. Okay, we're gonna find it. Oh yeah, there was a burger place that was called like delicious something culinary, QDC burger. Yeah, QDC, quality delicious, and it was next to that Aqua e Farina restaurant La Catrina. Wait, is it Revazi? Was it Revazi or was it? No, I think it was La Catrina. Okay. I think it was La Catrina. Let me check. Yes, I see tacos there. Photos. Menu. Let's see if we can actually afford eating there. Okay, entradas, appetizers, guacamole, prepared at a table, served with homemade tortillas, $15. Yeah, I think that's what we're gonna get. I think that's what it's gonna be. There's just gonna be an appetizer and a drink. You think? I think it's fine. I think in terms of quantity, I'm not that hungry, so I think it's gonna be just fine like that. They have salade jicama, apple, avocado, onion, radish, watermelon, cucumber, chicharron, and vinaigrette. Oh, guava vinaigrette, tequila and lime? What? That sounds crazy salad. Apple, avocado, onion, radish, watermelon, cucumber, chicharron, and guava vinaigrette with tequila and lime. That's crazy. That sounds crazy. That's a cheap snacky, for real? Oh, you can afford that. Yeah, I mean, all I want is to see her make the guacamole table side. That was what was blowing me away. Yeah. All right. So I guess we go back. That's a cheap snacky. Well, I guess we live a different lifestyle, Joe. If that's a cheap snacky. $15 for guacamole and chips. Hey, that's one expensive avocado, yo. You know what I just thought of, chat? It's like, what about if I just go buy an avocado and all the ingredients, avocado and chips and all the ingredients, and I just make myself one on, and I just sit in the park and enjoy it like that. Yo, this place is the second time that we walk by this place and they have like crazy lineup. This is like Lanzhou Lamian type of style. It's pulled noodles. It's crazy the lineup they have. Why is it crazy like this? Hi, sorry. Do you know why there's such a long lineup?
Because it's famous and it's good and...
Ah, c'est populaire?
Ouais, je pense que ouais, c'est ça.
Ça vient d'ouvrir ou parce que je comprends pas?
Ouais, je sais, mais à Montréal, j'ai l'impression que c'est tout le temps comme ça, les places à ces heures-là de manger, il y a du temps.
Ben, je suis venu dans l'après-midi, il y avait un line-up là, vers 3h l'après-midi.
Mais oui, lui, il est full famous pour... d'habitude, ils travaillent devant toi aussi, les nouilles.
Ouais, tirer les nouilles et tout.
Ouais, c'est ça. Ah, tu l'as vu tantôt?
Non, mais j'ai...
Poulet, s'il te plaît.
non, désolé.
Un dehors.
Non.
Je suis l'impression qu'il y a un bon 30 minutes là.
Ouais, c'est fou. Parce qu'en Chine, ça, c'est comme un genre de bouffe pas chère, là. C'est ça qui m'étonne un peu pourquoi c'est...
Mais
Ok.
j'ai mangé à comme 2-3 ans, je pense que c'était vraiment bon.
Ici?
Ouais.
Il y a 2-3 ans?
Ça fait longtemps que ça existe.
Ah ouais? Ok. Je savais pas. Ok, c'était vraiment bon. Ça valait la peine, ça valait l'attente.
Ben, il me semble, je pense qu'il n'y avait pas eu cette line-up.
Ah, ok. Ça a gagné en popularité dans... Ok.
Toi, t'habites dans le coin,
Ben non, en fait, je suis de passage. Je suis juste visite. Je viens d'ici, mais là, je suis juste de retour pour quelques semaines. Puis j'avais jamais vu cet endroit-là, puis je comprends pas l'engouement. C'est bon, mais je suis épaté. Il va falloir que j'essaie.
Mais je suis là, tu vois, quand il y a plein de monde en pleine face, ça a toujours un build-up. Puis finalement, quand tu goûtes, des fois, c'est
Ça,
ordinaire. Mais...
ouais, l'attente, les attentes ont surpassé le...
C'est quand même bon. C'est pas
Ouais.
très cher.
Ok. C'est quoi? Ok. C'est comme semblable à des pho ou des trucs comme ça, là. Ah. Et tu viens du coin ici? T'habites dans le coin ou dans le quartier?
Non, j'habite plus vers la petite Chouetterie.
Ok.
Ça fait comme 50 années.
Ok. T'as comme un accent, j'arrive pas à identifier.
Ouais, j'ai un accent français.
Mais comme...
Avec un accent
ouais, comme...
québécois.
Ok, c'est ce que je me disais. T'as comme un accent français, mais un peu bâtard, là, un peu.
Bien bâtard.
Mais t'es quoi?
Mais je viens de Polynésie française à la base.
Ok.
Mais c'est français.
Ouais. Donc, t'as grandi en français, puis là, t'es venu vivre au Québec, puis là, tu te québéquises progression.
Ben, ça fait quand même 10 ans que je suis là.
Ok.
J'ai vécu à Québec avant.
Ok.
5 ans. Après ça, j'ai déménagé, c'est pour la job.
Ah. Ouais, j'ai fait un peu la même chose là, à Laval. T'es allé à l'Université Laval? Ouais.
Toi, t'es à Québec?
Non, je viens de Montréal, mais je suis allé à l'Université Laval pour 3 ans, là, pour faire mon bac.
Et après ça, t'es revenu à t'habites.
Là, je suis revenu à Montréal, mais là, depuis presque 7 ans, j'habite en Asie. Là, je suis de passage pour comme visiter la famille, puis les amis, etc. Ouais. Mais là, j'habite dans un village au Cambodge.
Ah ouais? Ça doit être malade.
Ouais. J'ai vécu en Chine pendant un moment. C'est pour ça que ça m'étonnait un peu de voir, tu sais, genre ce plat-là, c'est comme un truc, ben, ouais, de l'ouest de la Chine, en fait. La partie, genre, où est-ce qu'il y a des musulmans et tout, là, Xinjiang. Ouais, c'est vraiment comme l'extrémité ouest. Mais tu peux trouver des places comme ça un peu partout en Chine. Puis c'est... Ouais. Ils étirent les nouilles comme ça, les nouilles de blé, là. Puis ça, en général, ça coûte pas trop cher, là, genre, je sais pas, $2 ou un truc comme ça pour un bol de... Pour ça, je suis étonné, je me disais, c'est peut-être quelque chose de nouveau, puis il y avait comme un événement d'ouverture ou whatever, puis c'est pour ça qu'il y a une grosse ligne, mais non, ça fait 3 ans que t'as été... Ouais. Bonne chance, t'es dans la ligne? Bon, ben, bon souper, bonne chance, bon souper, salut. So they're pulling the noodles in the window. Phone number, let's go. No, I'm not like that. No, she didn't grow up in France. She grew up in French Polynesia. Now we're gonna see the noodle pulling in action. For those of you who have never seen this. Just like they take one piece and they keep pulling it and splitting it and pulling it and splitting it. And so it becomes more and more noodles and then boop, in the boiling water. Yeah, that's that simple. Yeah.
You know, we eat.
I feel like I might be wrong, but I feel like she was kind of curious and like she was asking me questions about where I'm from and where I've been and stuff like that. And until I said I live in the village in Cambodia, then I feel like her expression kind of dropped. And she was like, oh. Not. Yeah, she was born and raised in the French Polynesia, so one of the islands in the Pacific Ocean, one of the French islands in the Pacific Ocean. So there's like Île de la Marquise, I think also Nouvelle-Calédonie, New Caledonia counts as one of those, and there's a bunch of other small islands in there. She grew up there and she moved here 10 years ago. Then she went to Quebec City to study, and she came back to Montreal. Can you buy property in Cambodia? As a foreigner, you can buy. Like as a foreigner, you can buy like an apartment. Like let's say you're in Phnom Penh, and there's like a condo building. You can buy a condo, but you cannot buy land. So like in the village where I live, I basically couldn't buy anything, because all the property are like small, like one family home type of thing, which means like buying land. So I wouldn't be eligible to do that. Yeah, I think she had a cool, friendly vibe, honestly. Yeah, I feel like I should have kept it to myself. That I'm living in a village in Cambodia, but she was asking me about where I live now, so I was not gonna make up shit just to I don't know, get a phone number or whatever. So the building we just passed is the reason why we just saw, like, we just passed a bunch of like people sitting on the side and like homeless people, is because we just passed a building that's like a mission. It's like basically they give food to the homeless people, and they also give shelter to a limited number of people. And they're also, I think they can also get like a mailing address. So if like homeless, the thing is, like, for me, it's one of the reasons why I have a hard time giving charity to like people on the street, like beggars here in Montreal, is because if you really want to, obviously there's a lot of like addiction issues and mental health issues, but if you really want to, you can like you can go to that like place there where you can have a place to wash up, to sleep in a bed, and you can have a mailing address where you can have like an address that you can write on the resume, and they can help you. You can find like little jobs. Like there are a lot of jobs now especially after the pandemic, a lot of like service jobs, a lot of like maintenance jobs and stuff like that. So I feel like there's so many programs in place to help people who want to reintegrate the work field, the work market, that if you don't do it as either because you're like mentally not capable because of mental health issues, or because you're dealing with addiction, or a combination of those two. So I don't know. But other than that, there's so much in place to. But anyways. You'd have to encourage someone to build a condo in your village? No, I'm not interested. I'm not interested in buying this kind of property. Extra info. The islands of French Polynesia make up a total of 3,521 square kilometers, scattered over more than 2,000 kilometers of ocean. There are 121 islands in French Polynesia, and many more islets or motus around atolls. Okay. Where's the guacamole restaurant? We're on the way there. You actually can get started again in life if you can get that kind of help. Definitely. Yeah, we have a good welfare. Like, people, if they have a mailing address, like, that's one of the benefits. Is like, if you go to one of those organizations like this, you have a temporary shelter that you can go to on cold nights or whatever. You can have a mailing address, and if you have a mailing address, that means that you can get welfare, like you can receive the welfare. So I was like, and like, obviously welfare is quite low, but it's enough to kickstart, like, just if you, but obviously, like I said, I think a lot of those issues stem from like mental health and drug problems and whatnot. But I mean, yeah, anyways, it's like a lot of things that can be like a lot of angles into that issue. But I think New Caledonia is part of it. Yeah, I don't know why, because when I was a kid, well, not a kid, but when I was like a teenager, I was like, New Caledonia, like, I had, for some reason, it had the goal that at some point I was going to live in New Caledonia. I thought it was so interesting to be in because I have the French citizenship, so it was so for me, it was like so interesting, the idea that like, oh shit, a Nakamura frame. That's an alright bike frame. It got completely stripped and it's just there. Oh man. It's a decent, it's like, I mean, it's not a great frame, but it's a decent frame, but it got completely stripped from everything. But yeah, it was like a dream that I was like, the idea of like living on an island in the middle of the Pacific Ocean. It just seemed like an interesting change of life, or kind of experiment. I don't know why. I had this name, like, I looked it up on the map so many times, like, just pointing at it. I was like, look at how far it is from everything, you know? Like, look at this island. Look at how far it is from any coast. It's crazy. And the idea of living there seemed like kind of surreal, you know? Like a tiny dot in the ocean.
It's near. It's right there.
Where a tiny dot on the ocean where people speak French. It just seemed surreal. I was like, I could live there. I could live there. I like how Shivnit asked Joe. I like how Shivnit asked Joe in chat. Like, come on, you Wikipedia dude. Like, it takes exactly the same, like, that whole phrase, New Caledonia is part of French Polynesia. You just could type exactly those same words in the Google search bar, and you would have had the answer right away. That's funny. Man, Corvette. Joe is also a Wikipedia bot. Yeah. He promoted himself. He promoted himself to Wikipedia bot. Oh, by the way, chat. Let me try something. You know, earlier there was an issue with Echo, with the alerts playing double. I think it got fixed, but let me just do a test here. Yeah, this one. Did we get double the alerts? Because I sent a message to fix that. I think it got fixed, but just to make sure. Was it double or was it just a normal one now? Oh wait, which way was it? I think it was this way. Fuck, I'm confusing. Situated in the heart of the Pacific, New Caledonia is not technically a country, but is instead recognized as a French overseas territory. Yes. Along with New Caledonia, there are a variety of other different French overseas territory located around the world, including French Polynesia and Wallis and Futuna, and also Guadeloupe. Okay, so I guess it is not part of part of French Polynesia. It is not. It's fixed, just a single. Thank you. No, the alert is okay now. Fixed it. And so far, I feel like we didn't have any signal issues today. I feel like it's been quite steady. I feel like even the image quality has been reasonably good. Like even better than in Vancouver and Seattle. So I think this new server situation might have helped us improve the quality of the stream a little bit, which is very sweet. Very sweet.
Bing bong.
Hey, we gonna get it right. All right. So, right now we are here. Okay, so I think it's this way. Ha! Hey, we gonna get it right. I think there was another projection here before when they were doing like all those multimedia thing when they originally set it up. Here I think it was like a waterfall, like it was like not a waterfall, but the alley was transformed into a stream with like water flowing down towards us. It's a cool looking alley. Could be an alley from 200 years ago. Let me take a picture here. See if I can get something decent from this.
really busy tomorrow.
I think I got a nice one. Let me try and see if I can underexpose it even more. Oh, it's way too dark. Whatever. Whatever, chats. Bless you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Bing bong is the sound of NYC MTC subway car? No, it's the sound of Coney Island lunatics. Fuck your life, bing bong. Courtesy of... Yeah, exactly. Side talk segment. Yeah, I mean, that cracked me up. I watched those in loop for days. That toothless baby, that toothless lady that goes, bing bong. Hey, we gonna get it right. Bing bong. Fuck your life. Bing bong. If you see these dogs on your front yard, just know upstairs I'm going hard. Bing bong. Bike, next stream, does a bike have a name? Yeah, I'm not sure if it's going to be next stream because I have to retrieve the bike from the storage unit. I guess we could do that. Yeah, I guess we could retrieve it tomorrow. I'm supposed to stream tomorrow because the goal was reached, right? So we might do some bike streaming tomorrow. It's kind of weird because I bought like a unlimited bus and train pass for the weekend. I only used the train. I didn't even use the train. I didn't even use the train once. Oh yeah, I did twice. I only used the train twice yesterday, and then that's it. And it was pointless. Also, like I went to somewhere and it was too late. It didn't work out. And today I just been walking around, so it was a big waste. Sabrina, thank you for the follow. Welcome to Montreal. The Biden guy from that segment was homeless, so they raised $35,000 for him. So he was so happy. That's awesome. Joe Byron! If you could talk to Joe Byron right now, what would you say? Take me out to dinner. Hey. Oh shit, I have to check something. Oh, no name for your bike? Yeah, my bike is called Nunu, actually. Craving guacamole now. Yes, we're getting there. I have to check something though. Weather.